Hi, y'all. Are we on? I didn't realize we were on. I apologize to all my fan.
Hello.
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 Every Rush song.
Out of sync with the rhythm of my own reactions. We're not breaking the chain. We're discussing the Rush song, Secret Touch. And it goes like this.
Secret touch.
That's awesome.
I love this song.
That's
I love
so
that.
awesome.
I love that. Yeah.
Now, didn't we cover Secret Touch? Haven't we talked about this one at some point?
We
In the
did
past.
indeed, Shane. We did. We did an analyst. We analyzed it
Okay.
previously, and we went into quite a lot of detail, but there's still more to be said about it. I think we can always say more,
That was back.
more or less.
That was episode 12 on December 16th. And we've learned a lot since then. We've grown as people, as Rush fans, not so much as mushrooms, but we have grown. And now we have some musical clips with all this new technology that's around us.
Technology is great.
Yeah.
And new.
Plus we're doing vapor trails, and it's a song on vapor trails. So it's just what we have to do. It's what you do when you're analyzing every Rush song. You can email us. Email us 2112@EveryRushSong. Find us on social media, Facebook and Instagram at EveryRushSong. Do you still like
We even
this
have
song?
a website, don't we?
Oh yeah, it's EveryRushSong.com.
.com.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, it almost sounds like we're keyword stuffing. It's not. We're not. I promise, Google. We're not keyword stuff. Keyword stuffing. I seem to recall that we were quite fond of this tune. Like it as much, more, even at all, even?
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. In fact, my hot sports opinion about this
What?
is I think this is one of my favorite songs on the album, if not my second favorite song of the album.
Yeah, mine too. I haven't really thought about it in the scope of the entire catalog. I'm sure it ranks pretty high because it rocks. I don't know if you noticed.
It does.
It does rock. Yeah. There's a lot
I
of
saw an interview earlier today with Getty and Alex talking about the writing of this album, and they were talking about Secret Touch and how it's like the perfect example of a Rush song.
really.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not quoting them, but how, they
Yeah.
really Rushified this. This is one of the songs from the album Counterparts, the song Double Agent.
Yeah.
That was a song I remember hearing Getty in an interview talking about. This is the song where we sort of got the Gagas out. This is another one of those songs.
It seems like I hear people not like that song, and I don't get it. I mean,
I
we'll
don't
get to
get it
that
either.
album. We'll get to that Counterparts eventually, but I love that song. It's got cool grooves and bass lines and lyrics.
When they followed it up after, everybody went crazy for it during the Vapor Trails tour, and then they did it again. I don't remember if they brought this one back. I know they brought Earthshine back for the R30 tour, but they did play it again on the Snakes and Arrows, and everybody went crazy when they started the song.
Why wouldn't you? It's awesome.
Well, and again, and it's like with a lot of some of our favorite bands, the songs from the most recent albums, you a lot of times don't get that much crazy audience reaction. Yeah, all right,
It's
yeah,
true.
I'm glad you played this one, but not
Yeah.
yes. Yes, because this song just jams.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And
Kind of got
that's
me
all I have
thinking
to say about that.
musically, and as far as the production goes, I finally just stopped myself and said, we can't just record all night. And I picked several. So just if it gets to be too
Yeah.
much, just say that's enough. Let's end this thing. We'll do
Oh,
Secret
yeah.
Touch Part 3 if we have to.
Overall, we know the song is basically about you can't stop heartbreak from happening, and you just kind of navigate through it in order to heal. So the way out is the way in is an old adage. It's actually the adage is the way out is in.
Really?
Yeah, it's an old adage about having to look deeply within, gain insights, and put them into practice. In the song's context,
Okay.
it's about the process of grief. Healing is not going to happen overnight or by itself. And as much as it hurts, we must go through the pain in order to get to the other side. And in this case, the pain coupled with guilt of moving on, finding new love is that's kind of what I got out of it. And by the way, the last time we talked about this album, I remember I said that I highly recommended Ghost Rider Travels on the Healing Road. I would like to second that recommendation of mine. Great book.
I may have a couple of excerpts from that very book, Jay.
Wow.
Yes. We are all kinds of high tech and prepared. Just we get better every week if you don't count
It's
the last few
insane.
weeks. Yeah. Oh
We
yeah.
love us.
Tim, now I
But
want to come back to Jay because Jay had you also had
yeah,
the
come back
interview,
to me.
right? Yes. I want to come back
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that
yeah.
too.
I found it interesting. Yeah.
Because it looked like Tim had words on his face.
Tim,
But
Earth
maybe
I'm
to
right
Tim.
here.
Okay.
I am right here.
Earth to Tim.
He's
Come
looking at
in,
stuff.
Tim. Come in, Bandit.
No,
Ground
yes,
control to Major Tim.
I'm here.
Control.
That reminds me of that time I was in Alaska and I saw that lady playing an acoustic version of Ground Control to Major Tom.
Is that when?
Oh,
Is that
or
when
maybe
you were?
maybe that was Walter Mitty. Sorry, I was
I was
confused.
like, is that when you were? What was his name? Ben. Who's
Stiller.
the guy? Ben Stiller. Is that when you were
Yeah.
Ben Stiller?
Yeah. Back when I was Ben Stiller. Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Underrated
you
movie,
remember
by
who
the
that
way.
lady was?
Yes, it was the cat lady from Wonder Woman. I love her. What's her name?
Chris- Christina Wig.
It's Kristen Wiig. Yeah. Yeah.
Kristen Wiig. Did I say Christina? Well,
You
I'd
did.
call her Christina.
I mean, you were practically best buds. If you
Practically. I
don't
mean, we've
include
never met.
not even a meeting.
Yeah.
Back to you, Tim.
I don't.
Yeah.
I've got some stuff to say about when you start playing musical
Okay.
pieces
Go on.
because I think in our last one, I mean, nothing's really changed of my opinion of the lyrics. Nothing has become a more favorite lyric. I just love the song as a whole.
As a whole, the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But there are some musical things that now, because when we talked about the song originally, we weren't playing the music.
No. And now I have
So
I had to stop myself and just say no more. We get it. It's an awesome song.
right.
Word.
Back to you, Jay, with interviews.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he did an interview with, when I said Getty Lee did an interview with Bass Player Magazine in July of 2002. And he was talking about this song. And he said, this is a bit of an extravaganza. We built the song around these repeating bass chords that I thought sounded like French horns. And the tune was like a hypnotic feel. And because we weren't happy just enjoying that feel, we had to smack it up and add some power. And when we get to the middle section, and all hell breaks loose, there's these stuttering bass punctuations. I double track them, but on one of the tracks, I went and digitally truncated the notes to make them sound really abrupt and punchy. Um, and he also adds, there's another point where I'm playing straight 16th notes, and when we were jamming originally, we could hear the sound of my fingers slapping against the strings. But when we played it back, it didn't have the same smack. So we put it up to a mic and recorded the sound with my fingers so that you could hear laying down the part so you could hear the smacks.
Oh,
And we
wow.
used it subtly in the mix. I don't know how much of that survived under all the guitars, but it's supposedly he says it's supposedly there.
This is one of those songs that I would love to hear the isolated like drums and bass track
Me
with
too.
the guitar way down, or just the isolated drums, the isolated bass, the isolated guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, Jay, that
Mhm.
it was weird that they decided 0 keyboards on this album, but they were going to bring in a saxophone.
Well, nothing wrong with the saxophone.
Well,
Pink Floyd
the
used
night has
saxophone.
1,000 saxophones,
Mm,
so get
Oh.
out there and rock
yeah,
and
true.
roll the bones.
Roll
Get
the
busy.
Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle. Well, this is an excerpt from Ghost Rider.
I think we should.
Oh, I can't do it. My body, I've been lifting
Is a Wonderland.
monitors
Yes.
and this is from page 330. And this is actually Neil quoting another book. So I'm crediting Ghost Rider, but within the book, this is a quote from another book called novel called Victory, written by a person named Joseph Conrad. And tell me if any of this sounds familiar.
That guy
He-
owes me money.
Doubtful. He became a waif and a stray austerely from conviction, as others do through drink, from vice, from some weakness of character, with deliberation, as others do in despair. This, stripped of its facts, had been Heist's life up to that disturbing night. Next day, when he saw the girl called Alma, she managed to give him a glance of frank tenderness, quick as lightning, and leaving a profound impression, a secret touch on the heart.
Oh,
And then, so then later on, page 454, he's talking about when he meets Carrie. And I quote, "A week or two later, I somehow found myself circling back to Los Angeles, and Carrie and I had our first date alone together at a restaurant in Laguna Beach. Then drinks over at the Ritz-Carlton. Again, we talked comfortably, growing friendly but not flirty, until one moment when I chanced to see her from across the restaurant. That single, unforgettable glimpse of her unguarded face would stop time and change everything. One telling moment melted my cool resolve and beckoned me back to the land of the loving."
wow, dude, the poet,
Aw.
man.
I
That's
know.
beautiful.
Land of the loving. Of course, a take
Yeah.
from Land of the Living and
The-
kind of
The Land of the Lost. Yeah,
yeah.
Marshall Will.
So
And Holly.
Yeah.
don't forget Holly. Yeah, it was a
You know, they were on that
routine,
routine
a
expedition.
routine
Supposed to be a
expedition.
routine.
Wasn't just some crazy out of this world expedition. It was a routine expedition,
Yeah,
Right.
it's routine. Yeah.
and
They did it every week.
Yeah. Every week.
every week. Yeah.
It's just like Pancake Friday. We do it every week.
There you go.
Do you? I guess you do. So yeah,
right, what else you got?
it's I enjoyed that. Now it makes me want to go listen to that book again just to hear all the ties in and maybe mark them. Maybe in a few years when we come back and we do Vapor Trails again, I'll do that for that time around because we're like,
You know, I have to tell you, every time I mean, I try to listen to that book, but I just don't. I hold it up. I can't hear a damn thing.
really,
I just
really,
no, no,
really. Hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
Our
I like
audience
to.
is getting dumber.
I like to apologize. I think
That's.
I think I'm
I
dumber
think
for
we
having.
are getting
I think
number.
we're dumber for having
You
heard what
look,
I just
yes.
said.
May God have mercy on your souls.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, I just happened to be at the right
Billy
time.
Madison.
32 seconds is where we're starting, and it's that cool rocking riff at the beginning when you can hear that sound in the
That's-
background on the remix. It's just badass.
Oh,
Freaking
I
love
like
This is
that.
awesome.
I like his real quick little.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah.
I want to hear the room again.
Freaking love that.
Let's go back far enough to hear the room again.
Go back again, because I heard something with the guitar, like a high pitched, like a sounded like I can't like a screeching sound.
Huh?
It's in the background. Can you hear it?
There's a lot of distortion and harmonics going on there. So
I think it's just some distortion and stuff.
Does it sound like a gentle roar in the background that you hear in between the heads? Da, 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 da,
No.
you know what? Since we're here, let's give the original a listen.
Let's do it.
The room sticks out a little more, but
Can you
makes a
go
difference.
back a little further on the original one?
On the original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be from 32 seconds, which will give a little more, I think, of the way that is a way.
So I don't hear
Roar.
that
Yeah.
distortion that I heard.
Yeah, that roar is gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
You hear, all you hear is the resounding cymbal splash.
And it felt like to me that it kicked more, it punched more on the remix than it did on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do the remix again then. Prove Jay wrong.
You know what it sounds like in the background? It sounds like they're jamming, but every time you hear it pause, you hear somebody just trying to log in on their modem to the internet.
Who was doing that? Who was trying to get under their
I don't
dial
know.
up?
I don't know.
Is it you, Jay?
Was not me, sir.
Okay. Tim, you like bass slides? Here's another cool bass slide coming up. I'm here at I'm gonna go back to 204. Bass slide. That's a little more of a
It's a
boom.
little longer.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
more of a slide there at 208. Now in the original version, same spot, 208, kind of that same riff, but according to my notes here, two different guitar parts on the original version. So listen for two guitar parts right here. Yeah, if you
I don't hear
listen, there's more of a lower on my left side, and then kind of a higher sound on right.
Do it
speaker,
again.
The guitar. Very,
Okay, I did hear it. Okay.
and kind of a higher, almost kind
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
sort of that kind of like Telecaster clangy, twangy type sound.
Sort of a certain kind of The French call I don't know what.
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't even.
Je ne sais, I don't know what.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna go at 2:30, 2:20, 2:28-ish will work. What we are listening for here, the build into this verse compared to the first verse, and then there's stingers after heart. Tim's yawning. Dun 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 after heart. It's
I
awesome.
like
Yeah.
that.
And I like on the hits. It sounds the guitar is doing like I guess you would call it a slide. Down, 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 down. I hear that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Just all those subtle, cool little things that stick in the song. Okay, now here at 2:46, not a harmony, but a sort of answer vocal thing, and then each time, each one is in a different. It's on a different side. It's panned to the other side. Can you hear that? He repeats it.
No, I hear it hardly at all. I think I hear it because I know the part. Because I don't think I think it's memory causing me to hear, but I'm not actually hearing it. This is the remix?
This is the remix.
Huh.
Yeah. I didn't have any notes for what this one does on the original. I'll play it on the remix again and then cue it up on the original to see what this part sounds like. But it's really cool in headphones because you can hear never, never love without change on one side, and then on the higher never, never on the right side. No? Hear it? Wow. Wow. You have to find it on your own time.
I really don't.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Well, cue it up. It's at 244 in the song track. Okay, here it is. Here's the original version of that same part. So it's backwards.
I hear it. I hear it more. That's the original, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
So on
It's
the
just that
remix,
memory.
on the remix, I don't think it's lower in the mix. I think it's just panned farther, so it's a little quieter because it's off to the side, or maybe it is a little lower. But it's also backwards on the remix. It starts it's left first time and then right. On the original, it's right, but just tiny bit to the right, like 1 or 2 o'clock if it was a clock, and then a little farther on the left side, and also a little louder on the original. Man, I love stuff like that. Are we getting too nerdy here? Is this too nerdy?
Oh,
Was
we're
this the
very
recording?
nerdy.
Oh man, okay.
I don't think we are really.
It's not us. It's you. It's not us.
But it's Rush. You're allowed to be nerdy,
No,
right?
something this song has some of is the triplets. Now, are these half note triplets, Tim, or quarter note triplet? What are these triplets that you're about to hear right here on Every Rush Song?
They're syncopated triplets.
Is that what that's called? Syncopated triplets.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. I can't think of any
Because
examples, but
there's no such thing as quarter note triplets.
it's syncopated triplets. Because
Well, right.
you
Well, I mean, so a quarter note or
da, 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 da.
one,
So if it was
two,
eighth note
three,
triplets would be
four,
like
da,
da, da,
da,
da,
da,
da,
da,
da, da,
da,
da,
da,
da,
da, da, da, da, da,
but then
da.
you'd have dun
And then
dun dun
16th, those
dun
would-
dun dun
Right. So it's syncopated.
syncopated.
Da 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 da.
A syncopated triplet. Thanks, Tim. It's been a while. It's been a while since I was in,
It happens.
doing music and things with the musical people. 3:45. Okay, we're gonna play the remix to compare, then play the original version at 3:45. And this is where maybe what Jay was hearing earlier with the guitar. There's a lot of more on the original version. There's a lot of harmonics with the guitar on this version. I'm actually going to go to 3:42 to lead into this part. Now listen on the original. You
Like
can
that
hear,
too.
now you can hear,
Yeah,
you'll
that
be able to
and-
hear a
and
lot
the-
more.
Right
Go
at the end when he sang "Way Out of the Way," and it was it sounded like he was on a megaphone.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I have a lot of things in this section here to listen to. You're gonna love it. You hear those harmonics there?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I never noticed that.
It almost reminds me of like Eddie Van Halen-esque with all those harmonic sounds.
Yeah.
Right? Eddie Van Halen, am I thinking of the right person? That he does that a lot with
Mhm.
all those extra sounds. All right, here it is again on the
He
original.
does.
Now, did you hear that little
Yes.
right
and
there
then,
at the
and
very
then,
end?
and then at the very end, where you're hearing those harmonics, he sort of starts to take down a little bit.
And
play it again. Play it again, Sam. Play it
Okay.
again.
The whole thing?
Yeah, from where you just started.
All right, the whole thing. Where was that from?
And I'll tell you when to
3:45.
listen.
Okay. I wish there was a way to mark these where I could just go straight to them, but
Yeah, it would be nice.
sorry, internet.
Here.
See that little
Yeah.
little
But did you hear that? He went.
yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Even though they're very tight and precise, there's a lot of times, and this is why I like the first album so much, is because he also really pulls off that sort of sloppy blues type, just jamming and not really caring if it's precisely timed, which is also the reason I like Todd Park more, a Big Head Todd the Monsters, because he's really good at that sort of, I don't know what it's actually called. I call it sloppy blues, but I love that sound. And I love all those noisy harmonics on that part. Just kick ass. Kick ass. And then, okay, so back here at 4, and there's that. I don't know if you can hear it in the original or much, but kind of that same part. But listen for that scream, that guitar scream. I'll try to point it out. It's like on that
Yeah.
upbeat of one that
Yeah.
you can hear it better
Yeah.
on the original Oop, that's a good time right there. What is that? It has to be guitar, right? Don't. Kind of same section from 4 on the song time through 4:15. There's some scratching guitar. The original, which we'll play next, is nice and dirty. And then it also has a cool effect on the vocals. And then, oh, you know what? I'm going to play the original first. Because then on the remix, it's the part where the bass is too loud in the mix. I talked about this the first time we covered Secret Touch, and the bass is too loud. It's I don't know if it's an error, they did it on purpose, but it sounds really cool. But here it is. Did I click away? No, here it is, the original. Can you hear that? The scratching?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Just,
And you're right. It is
awesome
the
sounds.
bass is loud. I like it.
And it's just eighth notes and noise. That's all it is. It's not like it's super technical skilled playing that Alex is capable of. Okay, now here is the original version. Oh, go ahead, Tim.
No. Well, go ahead, play.
Yeah, it's like
That's too loud. Shouldn't have been that loud, but it's awesome.
I like it.
And
I like
actually,
it
you
that
can
loud.
hear. It seems like you can hear the scratching a little better on the remix too.
And to me, I'm actually hearing the guitar part a little better on the da-da, da-da,
Yeah.
da-da, along with the kick drum and the bass. Like the original version, it was more, I mean, I could hear the guitar, but it was under the bass. This time it's like the bass and the guitar on that part right there is same volume to me. What do I know? I'm just a doctor.
Doctor.
Wait,
Field
what kind
Trip.
of doctor are you, Tim?
I am the doctor of love.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what?
I
We're
don't know something about
calling you Dr. Love.
Daughter of my
Are there any Kiss podcasts?
You know, you can listen to other podcasts. Every song.
If we were to do another one, who would it be? Kiss?
I think we should do Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. Yep, there's the answer. It
I
might just
could-
be you
I
and
could
me, Jay.
Kill
But
at that. Or Elvis.
The monkeys. Come on, man. The monkeys.
Ooh.
not bad. Not
Let's
bad.
meet in the middle.
But also
um,
never.
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
Yeah, that's meeting in the middle.
Talking about a project.
There in the middle. Who's
man.
that? Out there in the middle. That's Robert O'Keen. Out here in the middle. All right, sorry. I'm back. Okay. This starts at 4:10. Still kind of that same cool section. Guitar scratching sound and left speaker. Awesome riff on the right. So there's two different things going on with the guitar to check out in the original. Do you hear the dinging too from my notifications? Are those coming through?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No.
So yeah, and the right is a ding 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 that, and then the left side is the scratching sounds. Could you hear that?
Yeah, but I think in the remix you hear even more. I think. I don't know. I may be wrong.
Let's see. I had in
Or
my notes that
you're
it's
right.
not as loud, but there's a really cool flange effect on the guitar in the remix. So listen, flanger, ladies and gentlemen, right here. You can kind of that flange sound on that. I got very close there. YouTube is going to flag it as playing too much of it. Okay. My last coolness of the song. It's another triplet, another syncopated triplet. We're going to do this in the original verse because what we have in the remix is some cool Getty harmonies that aren't, I believe, in the original. So here we go. Syncopated triplet and some Geddy Lee harmonies. All right, let's see what the remix has. I think the remix has some harmonies. Did you hear the
Yeah.
harmonies?
Yeah.
Kind of pretty
Yeah.
high harmonies.
Yeah.
And very cool. I'm tired. That was hard.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. But still, what I said from our original episode of this song so long ago was
6
that
months.
when you got that beginning thing for their instrumental, and they sort of kick it up a little bit, that I thought that would have been an awesome part for Neil on the ride cymbal, 2 and 4 on the snare, doing double kick. So go to that part again, remix version.
Now, where is this at?
Just go to the
Let's see if this is the right spot. Right there.
no. Right there.
That might have been too much with the bass, though, do you think? You don't think?
Yeah,
Jay,
you're wrong,
do
Tim.
you remember sending Jay an invitation to this particular conversation? Because
Wait, let me check my notes. Oh, wait, I don't have notes. My bad. Sorry, Jay. Sorry, Jay.
hey, I just got a text by Alan.
Looks like you got a new phone. You got the ring on it.
he's Just
You've got the
said,
ring.
Look at
Jay,
That's fancy,
Jay,
you know?
speak when spoken to.
Oh,
That's
That's
weird.
what Alan. That's what Alan
Harsh.
said.
How
I have a question.
How is he hearing us
Who's Alan?
right now?
Ozzy?
Yeah. What's an Alan?
The boss.
Oh. Hey, my boss's name is Alan, too.
Alan.
What are the odds?
Hey, his name is Alan too.
No. And
That
I
was
think we mentioned
really
this
poor.
before.
I apologize.
Snakes and Arrows live version of this, the jam at the end.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And
pretty good.
and it's
pretty good.
it's really good. And I think
Pretty
it's
good.
actually better and cleaner when you hear it on Snakes and Arrows, the Snakes and Arrows tour compared to the Vapor Trails tour. Because I listened to that a little bit last week. I
It's
was
a
going
little-
through both of those albums.
a little more extended on Snakes and Arrows, right? About
It's a little
30
bit, but it's
seconds
actually
more. 29 seconds
but
more.
it's actually, to me, it seems a little cleaner and a little tighter
Why? Sounds awesome, though.
because they had more time to practice it.
Oh, yeah, they got
Come on.
they started getting really good then, didn't they?
Yeah, that's when they got well think about this. When they first started to do their little extra jam at the end of Closer to the Heart, that was, I do believe, the Grace Under Pressure tour. They might have started doing on Signals, but never saw a video of the Signals tour, but they started their little extra jam. And from each tour after Grace Under Pressure, they changed the jam a little bit. They extended it even more. And I think it was the Counterparts tour. You know how on Rush and Rio in La Villa Strangiato, where Alex starts doing his little crazy ad lib
Yes.
thing, talking to the audience.
Yes.
He was doing that on Closer to the Heart during that tour. So they were adding these little extra jams to the ending of Closer to the Heart because they practiced. They came up with a little bit
Oh.
more. So, that was cool what we did, but why don't we do,
Yeah.
because they're a good band.
It's a good thing they started practicing then.
Yeah.
'cause-
Yeah.
Well, what else you got? I think that's enough.
I
Oh.
have better.
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, lyrically, we don't really have any much more to say upon that we haven't already said.
Yeah, and I go back to what I said earlier. This is solidly my second favorite song on the album, if not my first. But little victory. The way this whole album kicks off is pretty damn cool.
Now what
So
what album is this? What
back
songs are on it?
back to you.
What songs are on it on this album?
What?
Yeah, but I
Well,
have a
heck-
hard time. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Right? Yeah, it's right up there with One Little Victory as far as favorites. On what
One
album was
agrees.
it?
Yeah.
Vapor Trails. The whole this
called
is the
Vapor
summer of Vapor
Trails.
Trails, is it not?
It is. It is because
Well,
summer.
we're so happy that you're joining us on this journey through Vapor Trails, through every Rush song, and we hope that you'll share our little show with your friends so they can join us. Tim, if this were the end, how would we do it? If just saying if, hypothetically, if this were the end.
It'd probably go something like this. Thank you very much. Good night.